Hello and welcome back to West Navsbury, Season 3, Episode 1, for want of a better phrase. So, as I promised at the end of Season 2, the last episode, I'm now going to be concentrating on the sort of bi-monthly updates to the layout. And this is the July update, so I'm going to look at developments on the station and also on the opposite side of the layout, the Loco depot and carriage siding. But thank you, first of all, because the last video actually saw over 400 views, and I'm now up to over 70 subscribers. Nothing in comparison to the big players, but I'm very grateful nonetheless. Okay, so onto the station, and I mentioned at the end of Season 2, the last episode, that I was surfacing the platforms with this concrete card effect. That's now complete, all the way to the London end of the station. I'm relatively pleased with the effects. There's obviously some joins between the sections of card. Real platforms have imperfections. So I think the challenge here is going to be just to sort of try to detract from the sort of repetitive nature of the joins in the card. So it's a work in progress, but I'm generally pleased with the effect. And then towards the edges of the platforms, obviously, there are the white lines, and a little further inside, the yellow lines to warn people of passing air turbulence from high-speed trains. There aren't really many high-speed trains on West Navsbury, but it adds a little touch of realism, and so far I'm generally happy with the results. The same sort of thing applies to the brick paper at the end of the stations as well. Where I've run out of paper, I've had to use other brick paper, and the colour doesn't quite match up. Again, real platforms have bits of brickwork that have been updated over the years, particularly towards the end where platforms have been extended or reduced. But it's getting there. A work in progress, but generally pleased so far. Okay, so over to the other side of the layout, and you remember perhaps from the previous episode, I had plans to put a locomotive depot between the main lines and the independent line, with some carriage sidings that you can see just to the bottom right of the picture. So that clip you've just seen was from the last episode. This is the state of play now. You can see that the track is laid into the locomotive depot. Obviously, one of those lines runs through a pillar, which is going to be hidden by some scenery. And then towards the bottom of the picture, you can see that the carriage sidings are split into two lines there. I'd never really any intention to hide those. They're not designed to be off-scene storage or anything as such. So they're ready to resume normal service as they're brought into the station, and gives me the opportunity to attach and detach locomotives. Here you can see in City Cross Country service heading in the up direction, past those carriage sidings with the independent line in the middle ground. Okay, so what next? I'm going to try and be organised here and plan these items in short, medium and long term. So short term, I need to electrically connect the locomotive depot and carriage sidings. At the moment I can't electrically run anything into there. I have to shove things in by hand. And medium term, there's no reason why I can't get the ballasting done through the station, other than the fact that I'm putting it off because I hate ballasting and gluing anything really. And then longer term, obviously, there's a lot of scenery that needs to be done. Point motors need to be installed, and I have left provision for that, and signals need to be installed. But in the meantime, hopefully you're enjoying watching the trains run round. Sadly, that's the one thing which I get very little time to even make any advances in this hobby, and I get too easily distracted just playing trains. But then, why not? That's the whole point of the game. Anyway, hopefully cover some more sort of outlying issues with modelling, including one's suitability or not for it, in future episodes. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. Hope you found some of this a little bit interesting, and perhaps see you next time.